Close your eyes and make yourself comfortable. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and slowly and gently breathe out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and slowly and gently breathe out through your mouth. One last time. Deep breath in and slowly and gently breathe out through your mouth. Just feel the gentle rhythm of your breath. Feel a steady beat of your heart. And take a moment to listen to your heartbeat. Feel a gentle rise and fall of your chest as it moves in time with your heartbeat. Just feel it. With each beat of your heart, you feel more and more relaxed, more and more calm, more and more peaceful. Every time you breathe in, you are breathing in deep relaxation, and it's making you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But now, just tense up your whole body really tightly and hold it for just a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, and let go. Feel your legs going limp and soft as your muscles relax. Feel your shoulders dropping down. Feel your whole body softening as you gently relax. So one more time, tighten up all of the muscles in your body really tightly into a ball, really tight. Ball your hands into fists and hold for just a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, and let go. That's really good, really good. Well done. And you are now feeling so relaxed that your whole body is still. So very still and so very heavy. Your body is so relaxed now that you don't want to move, but that's okay, because you don't have to. Now imagine that you are in your bedroom and you are just about to get ready for bed. Imagine putting on your pajamas. Notice how clean and fresh they smell. And as you stand there deciding whether or not to get into bed, you hear a strange noise coming from your wardrobe. It sounds kind of like a shuffling sound, or maybe a funny bumping sound. You can also hear the gentle sound of the wind. How strange. You wonder what this is. So with a lot of courage, you open the wardrobe door to investigate. And you wonder just what it is you'll find. To your amazement, you see a snowman sitting inside amongst your clothes. And to your further astonishment, you see that he's doing a crossword puzzle. You open your eyes very wide. You can't quite believe what you are seeing. The snowman has little flurries of snow all around him. And there is even some snow on your clothes too. The snowman has a large, brightly coloured scarf around his neck and an enormous carrot for a nose. He has a very large top hat on his head with a big yellow flower stuck in it. He gives you a big grin and he tells you that his name is Brian. But rather bizarrely, he already knows your name. He asks you if you want to go on an adventure with him, to which you say, "Oh yes, please." To your utter amazement, he opens the back of the wardrobe and you see before you an amazing snowy wonderland. Wow! You step through the back of your wardrobe with Brian into the snowy winter wonderland. Brian then hands you a really smart leather jacket, and it has big badges all over it. He says,
"Here, you better put this on. It can get very cold where we are going."
He then puts one on himself, but his jacket isn't as clean and nice as yours. Well, it's a bit scruffy really, but Brian doesn't seem to mind. He then walks with you a little way, where you see a very large and very shiny motorcycle. And it's bright pink. Bright pink! Brian tells you that pink is his favourite colour. As you look at Brian's bright pink motorcycle, you can see his name on the side of the bike, and it's written in a very vivid purple colour, and it says, "Brian the Snowman." And you think to yourself, oh, what a glorious bike this is, and Brian is ever so proud of it. Brian climbs on his motorcycle and he tells you to jump on behind him and hold on tight. He is taking you to the land of the snowmen. Brian turns the key in the ignition and suddenly the motorcycle roars into life. And just as quickly, the motorcycle speeds off so fast that all you can do is hang on for dear life. Wow, Brian is a fast driver. As you both tear off into the distance, you realise that you are already in Snowman Land. And it's a very beautiful place. And there are long slim icicles hanging from the trees that you pass, and everywhere is covered with snow. Glorious white snow. You can see lovely little houses, well, igloos really, but they're all decorated with Christmas lights, and there are lots and lots of coloured lights everywhere. And there are Christmas trees on every single corner of all of the roads. The igloos all have smoke drifting out of their chimneys that sit on top of them. And you wonder to yourself, maybe they will all melt, with the fire. The fire that's burning inside of them. Oh, you do hope not. You can see many other snowmen getting on with their lives. Some of them are driving cars. Some of them are doing their Christmas shopping. And some of them are even playing guitars and old tin drums on street corners. And they're busking for loose change. But they really are having lots of fun. Brian tells you that you're going on a little trip on the bikes. But first, you have to pick up a couple of his friends, because they would like to come too. So you pull up the bike outside a very pretty little igloo. Brian beeps his horn, and the front door opens, and out pops a very large white Yeti. It's a Yeti, a big Yeti. She gives a big grin, and she tells you her name is Betty. Betty the Yeti. Betty has a motorcycle too. Hers is a great big black monster of a bike. And Betty also has a boyfriend. Her boyfriend is a penguin called Jeff. Jeff is a very tiny penguin, and he sits in a rucksack that Betty carries on her huge back, and he looks ever so comfy and warm on Betty's back. You think that maybe Jeff is a bit hungry, because he rummages around in the rucksack and pulls out a big sandwich and begins to eat it. How funny. When you are all sitting comfortably, the two motorcycles roar off together, skidding in the snow, and you think that this is great fun, and you laugh out loud, and you are really enjoying this. As you go on your travels with Brian, Betty and Jeff, you meet their best friend, Herbie. Herbie the husky. Herbie is a biker too. He wears black shiny sunglasses, you know the ones that wrap around your head. Brian the snowman really does have some rather colourful friends. You all decide to take a ride over the frozen lake. Brian says it will be great fun. You all roar around, slipping and sliding all over the place. And you pass by a very big tree, all covered with snow and icicles. Brian then sees his friend, Snotty the snowflake, and he's hanging from one of the branches, and he shouts a big hello to him. Snotty the snowflake grins back, wipes his runny nose, and shouts hello. So for a little while, spend some time with Brian the snowman, Betty the Yeti, Jeff the penguin, and Herbie the husky. You can go anywhere you want with them. Where would you like to go most of all? Go there. Enjoy your ride. Now it's time for you to return, but not to your home, but to Brian's home. Brian lives in a huge igloo But he lives there all by himself, and sometimes he tells you he gets very lonely. Brian asks you if you would like a sleepover at his igloo, so that he doesn't have to be alone. And you say a great big yes please. Brian's igloo is very cosy and warm, and you see he has a big fire in the grate. And it doesn't melt his igloo. Thank goodness for that. Brian invites you to take a look around his huge igloo with all of its many rooms. He says that you can go into any room you like and you can see what's there. So spend a little while doing just that. Have a good look around. See what Brian has. See if he has anything like you have in your home. Now that you have finished looking at all of Brian's lovely cosy rooms, he takes you into his living room. And you see that he has a massive sofa that everyone can sit down on together. And there is lovely, relaxing music playing in the background. And it makes you feel all warm and safe. It's so nice here in Brian's living room. You sit down and you look around, and you notice as you look around that there are photographs all over Brian's walls. There are photos of his mum and his dad. There are photos of all of his brothers and his sisters. There is even a graduation picture of Brian on the wall, looking very proud of himself in his smart cap and gown. This has been one very busy day for you, and you kind of feel a bit sleepy now. But you can also hear the sound of snoring. And you look around and you see that everyone else has fallen asleep on the massive big sofa. Brian the snowman is asleep. So is Betty the Yeti. And Jeff the penguin is asleep too. But the one who is making the loudest snores is Herbie the husky. And Herbie is lying on his back with his legs sticking straight up in the air, and he's snoring happily away. You also feel a bit sleepy too. This music is so very relaxing, and your eyes are feeling so heavy now, so very, very heavy, and you feel so peaceful, so calm, and so very, very relaxed. Maybe you can just rest a bit yourself. Maybe you can just close your weary eyes and drift off into a lovely, peaceful sleep. After all, you have had a very busy day.